Alrighty, good morning, everybody. So, it's Tuesday. It's the beginning of the workout week, first workout, because obviously I rest on Mondays. So we have upper body. We're going to hit incline first, incline Smith presses first, and then we're going to move into some sort of cable row exercise. So last week, I stayed true to my bodybuilding roots. So last week I did 60 kg on the bar, so 80 something probably, for 10 reps. So the idea here now is to match 10 reps, ideally do one more rep. It's progressive overload at the end of the day. So let's see how that goes. Oh, that was 13. Wow, that was pretty good. So 13 reps. This is exactly what I was looking for, to be precise, because towards the end of last week, when I did upper body exercises, especially presses, I could do more weight than I did last Tuesday. So last Friday and last Sunday, I did more reps and more volume and more weight on my chest than I did last Tuesday. So I can tell that I'm either getting a little bit stronger day by day, which is good, or I'm just getting used to the exercises and the machines. I don't know. It could be a combination of both. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results. So 13 reps on the first set. Obviously now we're going to have to try and match that. I'm not going to do my reps here, but still I'm going to try to match that, and then I'm going to move into some cable rows. But yeah, 13 reps. 13 versus 11. Not bad. For the same weight, by the way. Right, so we're going to move into the second set. Don't remember if I actually used this last time, but I doubt they gave me much of an advantage. Oh, that was 11. Maybe I need to rest slightly longer, but that was 11 good reps. As always, you have to control the eccentric and then do a little pause at the bottom, and then drive to the top. Here we are for the last set. So 11 to 15. I'll be very happy with that number. I rested just slightly longer this time, so hopefully that will translate well. All right, I'm gonna go and do some back now, and then we're gonna go back to the test. Ready, so moving to back, I've already done my warm up. So last time I did the same amount of weight that I have over there for 8 reps. Here's the thing with my back. I think my back and my legs are definitely ahead of everything else. So I'm not really expecting to see as much strength gains, as much progression, as I can see on my chest or my arms, for example. But I mean, we're going to try. So last week I did the same amount of weight for 8 reps. I'm going to go for 9. I'm going to go for 10 if I can. See what I stack. I could do more. We'll see. It's also when you do this kind of routines and you want to progress, you want to overload progressively. One of the things that you have to keep in mind is that your daily routine, it has to be very similar. Like if you don't constantly change things, if you're sleeping less, if you're eating less, if you're going out and you drink, over the weekend, that will take away tons and tons from your training. So if you are consistent, not on just the way you train, but the way you eat and how much you sleep and all that kind of stuff, how much water you drink throughout the day, especially when you train, that will play a massive role as well. So just bear that in mind when you do progressive overload and you're writing down everything as I am now. Understand that there are other variations as well that could affect your lifts. It's not just your strength. Just because you go up on reps or weight doesn't necessarily mean that you got stronger. It just might be that last week you were more tired. Who knows? Last week, maybe you ran out of pre-workout and you didn't have any steams. So it will play a role. Not a major one, but I mean, it depends. If you don't sleep, that will play a major role. So I'm very consistent when it comes to these. So I wake up at the same time, I go to bed at the same time, I eat the same, I drink a lot of water, I don't drink alcohol at all, ever. I don't smoke, I don't do that kind of stuff. So I know that if I progress in reps, like more reps or more weight, I know that this is probably because I'm doing something right. But yeah, bear that in mind. Right. So with that being said, first set. So as I said, remember, I'm trying to match 8 reps, potentially do more. All right. Do that. All right. 15 September. Right. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, no. Well, that was way more than 8. It was like 11, 12, maybe 12 and a half, which is pretty good. So 3 more reps than last week. That's significant. So whatever I'm doing is working. That's the good news. Bad news might be that last week, as I said, I'm probably, maybe I was more tired, because it's a bit too much, to be honest. Like going from 8 to 11 to 12 almost, with the same weight, it's a significant difference. Like you won't be able to do that week for week for week. And again, I'm not a beginner lifter. I've been in the gym for a very long time, so. But this will be the new norm now. And I'll know that if in 2 weeks' time I do the same way that I just did for 8 reps, I know that it's time to deload. But yeah, very happy with that. We're going to call it 11. I kind of lost count after 8, after 10 race. But I think I did like 12. It was either 11 and a half, like the last step, or 12 and a half. Either way, 11 reps, that's what we're going to call it. I'm going to try to do 11 on the next 2 sets as well. mat it, and then go from there. Okay, so I just checked on my notes. This exercise was supposed to be 8 to 10 reps, and we obviously did more than that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stick to the same weight. I'm going to slow my tempo down significantly, especially on the stretch position. So from the eccentric when I'm right all the way over there. I'm going to see how many I can do. If I can still do more than 10, that means that next week I'm going to have to do an extra plate, which is very, very close to the full stack. There's only 2 plates left for the full stack. So it is what it is. I'm going to have to do an extra plate next week and then do less reps for it because I'm doing more than 10. This exercise is supposed to be 8, 10 reps, which means that the weight has to be enough for me to only do 10, no more. So, again, I'm going to keep the same weight. I'm going to slow my tempo down and focus on the sets and see how many reps I can do that way. Okay, that was 10. That was 10. That's good enough. That's good enough. We're going to keep the weight. I think we're going to keep the weight for now. And I'm just going to move slower, make sure I stretch all the way. We'll have one more set here. And then we're going to go back and do some pressing exercises. So I'm going to change the angle of the camera for you guys just to see what's happening in the back. And then one more set here, as I said, we're moving. Right, last set. Just like before, I've got the same weight on. And I'm going to, my tempo is going to be a lot slower. So I can actually do up to 10 reps. I don't really want to do any more than that. That means that I need to go up in weight. But there are ways to progressively overload. If you can do more reps than last time, just reduce the tempo. Yeah, that was 10 good reps. 10 slow good reps. So now we're going to move into the machine press, the machine chest press. Gonna bang a few out and then come back and do a back exercise, and then we're moving to shoulders. So last week I had that weight on, so 50 kg on both sides, combined on both sides, and I did 12 reps. This exercise is anywhere from 12 to 15. So let's bang a few and see if I can do more than 12 then. Ooh. 14. Let me plug that one in. That's good. That's very good. So 14, 2 reps more than last time. I could have tried to do a couple of more. It's just I felt that on the very last rep, it's kind of like I think my front delt kind of like took over because obviously my triceps and my chest was no longer there. So, yeah, I didn't want to do more for the sake of just moving the weight. I want to make sure that my chest is doing most of the movement, and obviously then you have some triceps and some front delt. It's a pressing movement, so of course you can't completely isolate your chest. It's very hard to do. If not impossible, really. I mean, how are you not going to use your triceps when you do these kind of exercises? I don't really know. I think you have to, unless you're doing the cable lift variation, but we're not today. So for this exercise, last rep, kind of felt like this part was just taking over. So there's no point pushing it if you can't feel the target muscle anymore. I think you've done enough, but still 14 reps. I only did 12 last week with the same weight. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'm actually going to use these just to see if it makes any difference on the, from a kind of like a grip perspective and obviously stability. It should, but it's not going to be massive anyway. One of the other mistakes that I've seen people do is they train very hard, but they don't hydrate throughout the workout, and I do not get it. Like, I probably, not how big that is, first of all, but I probably drink 3 or 4 of those per workout. If I'm doing legs, potentially more. So, and that's why that should be around like, yeah, it says 450. That's kind of like half a liter. So I drink 2 liters. This is just when I work out, potentially more if I'm doing legs. You need to hydrate, especially if you're bodybuilding, especially if you're doing hypertrophy training. You need to hydrate religiously. You just need to do it. I don't care if you don't want to drink. I mean, don't drink enough so much that you then have to throw up, but moderated. But drink water. It's very important. You just increase your chances of injury, and you decrease your performance actually if you don't drink enough water, if your muscles are not hydrated. So just hydrate. Very important. Second set. Let's get it then. No. Oh, okay. Pretty good. It was the same amount of reps, so 12 reps. Tried for the 13, but as I said, it's kind of like, you know, it was a bit too much with that. So I was like 13 reps, 13-ish reps, I believe. So it's pretty good. It's really good. The way that I like tracking my kind of like how many reps I do throughout the week per exercise, I emphasize on the first set more because obviously this is going to be my strongest set of all the sets. So if, for example, on the first set I do 14 reps, that is sort of my new baseline. Even so, on the second set, I do 13 reps, and on the last set, I only do 12 or 11 reps. That's fine because obviously I accumulate fatigue. And you may argue, well, you should rest more so you can do the same amount of reps. But it's like, perhaps there is some truth to it, but I genuinely don't have all day. So I have to be aware of that. And as long as I push my muscle to failure, I'm very happy with that. So how I track it though. The first set, if I'm going to do 14 reps in the first set, this is now the new baseline. So next time I'm in, if I'm overloading progressively, I need to mark 14 reps or at least do even half a rep. Like if I do 14 reps and I really can't do any more, but I start to push it a little bit, that's progressive overload. It still counts. Or I put 2.5 kilos on each side, so I have more weight, and then I only do 12 reps, but I have more weight now, so the baseline goes up all the time. That is kind of like how you have to look at it. But I always count the first set. That if how many reps I do in the first set is what goes down on my notes, and that way I know that next time I have to do 15 reps here instead of 14. And I know that the second set is not going to be as good, so it's probably going to be 13, 14 reps. The last set is probably going to be even less than that, or just about that. But it is what it is. So I'm going to take 2 minute break, 1 minute really, because I've talked for too long. And then we're going to do the last set. All right, so last set. And then we're moving back to back. Okay. Pullovers. What did last time? I did 12 reps for the same weight. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, good news, bad news. That was like 15 reps. I think it's too much. Sorry. The reps are too many, so I have to increase the weight so I can reduce the rep. Good news. Bad news is I just did a little bit too much. So I'm going to add an extra plate. And this is now going to be the new baseline. So 10 plates. Let's see how many reps I can actually get. Okay, so second set, we went up a plate. Let's see if I can get 12 in. I was 12. Woo! Okay, so last set. And then we're moving into some shoulder exercises, which I'm going to slightly change from last week. And I'll tell you what I mean in a sec. But first, let's get this done. No. Oh, oh. We're going to move it to lateral raises now. The change is last week on Tuesday, I did cables, but I did cables again on Sunday. So I want to change it a little bit. And I'm going to do lateral raises with dumbbells. But obviously, it's going to be 45 degrees and then pull it on. So I'll see how heavy I can actually go on that. And this is going to be a Maya rep mat set. So wish me fucking luck. Okay, so I'm going to do 45 degrees, pull it on, lat raises with 8 kilograms on each hand. Let's see. Okay. All right. 10 reps. I'll have to match 10 reps on the other set, on the other two sets. So my reps. Holy shit. I think that felt way harder than it should have for what it is, but it is what it is. So 2 more sets, my reps. So I'm going to do as many as I can. And then if I can't do the 10 reps that I did on the first set, I'm going to have to take a rest, 5 to 10 seconds, and then go again until I can actually match 10 reps. Fucking hell. Okay, so 2 more sets, my rep mats, as I said. So one of the things that I will say, when you do 45-degree lateral raises and you do full arm as well, this changes the game completely. Because I always used to do lateral raises with dumbbells as anybody else used to do them. So I did that, not without speed, but you know what I mean. I did that. There's nothing wrong with that, except down here, there's barely anything happening on your shoulders. So it is a little bit of a rest position when you're literally just holding the dumbbells here, because gravity does nothing really for your shoulders, for your side delts especially. So here, however, these are very active. So it changes how many reps you can do. It's obviously the muscle is under tension all the time. And then when you go all the way to the top, it's just a better stretch. Sorry, a better contraction rather. And then the stretch, the way down, the eccentric, you control it for much longer. So it really changes stuff. So there was a time I used to do side lats like that with dumbbells for 20 kg on each hand. There is absolutely no way that I'm able to do 20 kg or even 15 kg when I do 45-degree full Rome lateral. So there's absolutely no way. Unless I'm just going to fucking start to, I don't know, throwing the weight, but I'm not going to do that for obvious reasons. It doesn't feel good anyway. So 8 kilograms is more than enough. But what I'm saying is, look, I'm big, but I use 8 kilograms. Use less. if you think that you need to use less, if you can do more, more power to you. But honestly, I think 8 kilograms up to kind of like 10 kilograms per hand, it's fine. Too much. Right. Let's get this done. So my rep mats, I need to match 10. Oh, one more. All right, let's do one more. Oh, oh, maybe one more was a mistake. That was really good. One more. One more set, and then we're gonna do some rear delts. I'm gonna go and get that ready in the meantime. Ready, so that's set here. And I'm gonna do some rear delts. I'm moving a little bit too fast on this set, but on the last set, I did like 9 reps. And then I had to stop to do the last one, and I did another one. But point is, I'll do this a little bit faster, so as in I'm gonna rest less and see how many reps I can actually do here before I need to rest. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, nope, that's it. Ooh. One more. Oh, oh, my reps fucking suck. In a good way, though. All right, so let's do some rear delts, and then we'll call it a day. All right. So rear delt. Last week I did 2 plates, which is what I have now. Or 2 plates for 12. Okay. Let's see if I can match 12. Uh, 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 oh, I was 13. All right, so one more rep than last week. That's good. Still overload. And this is a my rep exercise, my rep max exercise. So I have to match 13 no matter what. So I have 2 more sets. I have to do 13 reps on these sets. Alrighty, second set. My rep max 13 reps. Let's see. One more, come on. Oh no. Okay, that was 7 reps. That's good. One more. One more set and we get a go today. Cool. Last set then. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay. Actually, no. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Two more. Uh, uh, oh, no. Oh. All right. So that's it. We're going to call it a day. I don't really have much time to, start sewing off in the mirror again. But we'll do that over the weekend when I have more time. So I'll see you guys around. Tomorrow it's leg day, arm and leg day. So looking forward to that. Enjoy, guys. See you tomorrow.